What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Let's get right off into this, man. So, Easy the Block Captain did an interview on Black Compton's Media where he addressed a lot of things, man, and he got a little personal in some of the things he addressed. For the most part, he wasn't really holding nothing back. He was just keeping it 100 and letting it be known to the best of his ability what he thought things was. I say that to say this. So he addressed the Norbes situation because he was letting people know, like, look, I always been nice. I've been rapping ever since, what do you say, 2012 or something like that, 2012 or 2013. He basically was saying that Norbes was hating on him, wasn't really giving him an opportunity. According to Easy the Block Captain, man, he had to wait till Norbes got fired before he could actually get to show people just how good he really was, because Norbes wasn't giving him a chance. Norbes, whatever the reason it may be, allegedly was basically hating on his career to the point that he was hindering him and holding him back from being this person we now is appreciating in battle rap and being just this good. But according to him, Norbes hurt his career in the beginning, and that he probably wouldn't be who he is right now if Norbes was still working for the URL and didn't get fired. Because whatever personal agenda he believed Norbes had out against him, Norbes was holding him back. Now, we hear a lot of things about this stuff dealing with Norbes and P. How a lot of people come out and speak against them. Some PGs, the PGs be coming out speaking against them on situations like this or whatever personal agendas they be having, whatever personal feud they got going against each other. But the battle rappers seem to hurt and suffer from it as a result of it. I mean, I heard things that was said behind the scenes that P would be saying stuff like, if y'all dealing with North, then I ain't dealing with you. And allegedly vice versa, the same thing was being said. I don't know how true it is, but what I do know, North should address this situation if it's not true. If what Easy the Block Captain said about you, North, is not true, then you should be addressing this to let it be known what it really is, because this is one of those things that make people feel some type of way about you. And for him to put that out like that, that says a lot, and it holds a lot of weight, seeing that he's like the top battle rapper in the game at this time. He on fire and he hot, and people listen to him and they like him, and his words seem to be gold. So if what he said about you was not true, then you should address this. I'm not saying that I'm a couple days off, because that interview came out, when I look at it and I say it was 3 days ago. So I don't know if Norbes addressed it. I know he probably seen it. I know he had to see it because somebody probably inboxed him and said, man, you see what Easy said about you? Because, you know, a lot of people be wanting to be entertained also by what we say and what's out there, because this is how they be fed. This is how they be entertained. So I don't doubt that they probably sent you a link to the interview by which that was being said. But looking at the situation, I'm just going to keep it 100. I heard a lot about these things before happening. And I know how the URL was doing a lot of things. For the most part, Norbes and P took care of the PGs, who was on the come up, who was going through the proving grounds. But they selected ones by which they was dealing with, because this is how they made their money for the most part. They made their money by throwing events, dealing with the PGs. Smackman was like on that upper echelon type stuff. They only, for the most part, wanted to just deal with the mid tier and top tiers. They didn't really care about the PG thing. They just let Norbes and P and they let them take care of that so that they can get their pay out of that. But when they start crossing over to the app and they started seeing that these young dudes was on fire making a wave, then they stepped back in and then they capitalized off that. So I understand what's being said. I know what they talking about. I know what they doing. But the problem is when you infringing on the life of these battle rap dudes that just coming up that just want to rap. All they want to do is rap. They don't want the politics. They don't want the relationship. They want to rap. They want to get paid so that they can go on and do what they have to do. But for some reason, these leagues and the people that's, running things, they don't see it like that, man. They don't see it like that. They really want to gangster and lock things down all for themselves. They don't care about none of that stuff like that. And that's not good at all to have that type of spirit like that when you taking advantage of people. And I seen this happen on many of occasions. I saw when T.Y. came out and he said some bad things about Norbes. I saw when the guy who actually hit him behind the grill that day, he said some things bad about Norbes. I know Nunu Nails and them said some things bad about Norbes. And, it's a lot of things that Norbes' name is brought up in as a result of the position he chose to take when being an affiliate of the URL. Like according to Norbes in one interview, he said he believed that he is the fall guy when it comes to the URL. That if anything happened, he'll like take the weight and basically go down with the ship. I can't see that happening in my life. I'm just keeping it real. I can't see that. Neither would I want that to be possible in my life, where somebody have that power, that control over me to the point where I'm actually responsible for the blame of anything that they do. That's not even cool at all. That's not even safe. That's what you call being the fool. Being the fool is not described as love. Being a fool cannot be love when anybody operating like that. I'm just keeping it 100. And just like you can tell how people fall short, from doing these type of things, it never really benefits them in the long run. It don't at all. Because when you accept things like this, it's only an indicator of what's yet to come. Because your position is to take the fall. So therefore, you believe you in a good situation because it ain't time for you to fall yet. But when it's time for you to fall, you fall, and great be your fall. So it's like, that's another thing too. That hurts you too. Because when you being the fall guy, you put in these positions to do the URL dirty work, then what happens is they got to come back and get you too. And that's exactly what happened. And that's what you see going on. So I wonder, was easy the Black Captain telling the truth about what he alleging that you said, or what you was doing when it came to his career? Did you sabotage that brother's career? Was you hindering him from being successful to the point that he had to wait till you got fired in order to be put in a position in the limelight to now be given the opportunity and chance to shine? Is that true? Are you going to address that? Have you addressed it yet? Because that's a strong claim to make that he made against you, actually letting it be known how you was hating on him. Is that true? I want to know. I want to hear you address this. I want you to, be real with what's being said and what's being done and bring it to the light like you should rightfully do. But it don't matter. Sometimes, here's the thing, Easy, you got to understand. Norbes doing that to you probably was the best thing he could have did, because what it did was put you in a position to want to try hard. It put you in a position because you didn't give up. And it's obvious you kept coming back. So I'm pretty sure what he was doing is sparked your pen to the point that you became better, you became more patient, you became more appreciative of the position you got and where you at right now. And it takes things like that to build up character in you. So don't knock your gift. Don't knock your lesson. Just learn from it. Be more smarter, be more wiser, and operate in truth. With that being said, it's your boy Battle Truth, and ain't my judgment, that's some question, it's yours. Is that true, Norbes? You need to address this.